When viewing televised coverage of sport events, it is noticeable to hear commentators frequently refer to the body language of competing players while also speculating on the level of confidence of those performers. For example, one often hears the following statements: "You can tell that the player has given up. From looking at their body language, one suspects they've lost their self-belief," or "the team look buoyant and really high on confidence." If we consider that such changes in the body language, or non-verbal behaviors, of sportspeople may also be recognized by the teammates and opponents engaged in the game, then understanding on the performance consequences of body language should provide an important and interesting avenue for sport research. It is highly plausible that body language influences the impressions sportspeople form of each other and the subsequent expectations of sporting success. Method: male soccer goalkeepers who had been playing for an average of 14 years at an amateur to semi-professional level in Germany took part in the study. All footage was filmed with a tripod-mounted digital video camera. Non-verbal behavior manipulation. In the dominant body language condition, the actors were asked to stand and walk with an erect posture that involved pulling the shoulders back and pushing the chest out, slightly spread the limbs from the torso to occupy more space. Hold the head up with the chin parallel to the ground so that their eyes were looking directly at the camera. To look directly at the camera for 90% of the time. For the negative, submissive body language condition, the actors were asked to adopt a slouched posture with the head and chin pointing down. Limbs touching the torso and thereby minimizing the occupied space by collapsing the body inward. Shoulders hanging to the front. And the eyes looking down for 90% of time and only briefly glancing at the goalkeeper camera. Color manipulation. The uniforms, either completely white or completely red, were both manufactured specifically for soccer, as opposed to generic sportswear, and were selected as they were absent of any visible badges, logos, or branding that could be associated with specific soccer teams. Point light stimuli. The only difference between the point light condition and the video condition was that the filming for the point light videos took place in a sports hall with ambient light removed. 2 halogen spotlights, mounted on a tripod, were positioned in front of the camera directed at the actor preparing the penalty kick run-up. In the point light condition, the actors wore black tight-fitting clothes and headwear. Reflective tape was placed on the clothes. Stimuli selection. Each actor was filmed in the 2 different body language conditions 3 times, and then 2 independent raters selected 1 video from each condition that was, except for the experimental manipulation, most similar, as described in the following. The independent raters were asked to rate each video on 2 7-point Likert scales assessing the body language of the actors as the following. Perception of target player. The first 7 measures provided data on the perceived impressions toward the target penalty taker. The dimensions were the following. Power of penalty. Participants rated their expectancy of the power of the penalty kick along the dimensions very weak, very powerful, with low scores reflecting weak penalties. Accuracy of penalty. Participants rated their expectancy of the accuracy of the penalty kick along the dimensions very inaccurate, very accurate, with low scores reflecting inaccurate penalties. Expectancy of success. The last 5 items assessed how confident participants were that they would save at least 1 out of 5, 2 out of 5, 3 out of 5, 4 out of 5, and 5 out of 5 penalties along the dimensions very sure, not at all sure. Procedure. Participants first performed 2 practice trials, 1 video and 1 point light video, to familiarize themselves with the procedure before viewing the 16 experimental clips, which were presented in random order. Results. The descriptive statistics of the experiment are presented in the table. The result demonstrates that irrespective of presentation mode or jersey color, the display of a dominant body language appears to trigger a positive athlete schema and results in an overall positive impression of the penalty taker. A follow-up ANOVA on perception of the target player revealed a main effect of body language, indicating that, irrespective of the presentation mode, goalkeepers had a more positive impression of players demonstrating a dominant body language compared with players showing a submissive body language. No other main effects, jersey color, power, presentation mode, or interactions were evident. Thus, the present results indicated that penalty takers dressed in red soccer clothing were not perceived more positively than players dressed in white or indeed, the neutral point light condition, by experienced goalkeepers. The follow-up ANOVA on confidence in saving penalties against the target player again showed a main effect for body language, indicating that goalkeepers had greater confidence in the likelihood of saving penalties against the target player if he demonstrated a submissive body language. Penalty taker submissive body language seems to be interpreted by the goalkeepers as a sign of insecurity and weakness, which leads the goalkeepers to feeling more confident in the likelihood of saving penalties. The main effect of presentation mode was significant, indicating higher scores for the point light condition. It is possible that the dynamic information revealed in the point light condition provides a clearer expression of the body language of the penalty takers that is otherwise weakened by the contextual effects in the respective video displays. Again, no differences were evident between the different jersey colors. A further follow-up ANOVA on the dependent variable expected penalty accuracy did not reveal any main effects, jersey color, power presentation mode, power or interactions. This time, the effect of body language only approached significance. The ANOVA on expected shot power did reveal a main effect of body language, indicating that goalkeepers expected more powerful shots from players demonstrating a dominant body language. No other main effects, jersey color, power, presentation mode, or interactions were evident. Control condition. To corroborate the body language findings and the somewhat surprising results concerning jersey color among goalkeepers, we ran the same experiment with a control group of German outfield soccer players with no previous competitive penalty saving experience. The domain-specific experience of goalkeepers may have biased or preceded the impression formation results revealed in our analysis. However, it is also plausible that the expectancies of success of outfield players in penalty shootout scenarios are underpinned by the same mediating mechanisms as goalkeepers. That is, the confidence of success of penalty takers may be decreased or buoyed relative to the observation of opposing players revealing demonstrative signs of dominant or submissive body language. Except for the participants and the expectancy of success measure, everything was exactly the same as in the goalkeeper study. The pattern of results was almost identical to those obtained with goalkeepers, and a mixed maneuver with the additional between-group independent variable did not reveal any between-group main effects or interactions. The follow-up ANOVAs again revealed only significant main effects for body language on the perception of target player scales, on the expected penalty taking accuracy.